Heyo everyone! Happy New Year's to all of you! I hope this next year finds us all in a better place than 2020 did. To kick off the new year, I decided to share with all of you my favorite units in Conqueror's Blade. Let's start off with the only early game unit on my list, which is the Woodcutters, though I am combining them with the premium unit, the Martellatori. Woodcutters are a half-star rustic era unit that players will earn very quickly. Inside of siege battles, players need to push siege towers and battering rams if they are on attack. For this task, you can use whichever units you want, but it is also not wise to risk your expensive units against the barrage of artillery fire the defenders will assault with. This is where Woodcutters shine as a unit. They sport a simple shield and axe, but despite this, I love them because they can pack a punch. For a simple 40 leadership, they can fit into most warbands as a fodder unit for pushing towers and rams. They also can take a decent amount of damage, and if you veterancy them through the middle line, you can even get a charge that lets them deal a decent amount of damage. It is surprising how effective they can be by a warlord side when taking out enemies. Another reason I love them is that if you put a fancy attire on them, you can sometimes see enemies flee from you, thinking your Woodcutters are something better. As I mentioned, I will throw Martellatori in with Woodcutters. They function in the same role with Woodcutters. They don't have the charge that the Woodcutters have, but they also have a decent block break. They buff the siege equipment that you are pushing, and they also give that 10% experience and honor increase when in your warband. My next favorite unit is the Imperial Pikemen. I have a separate video talking about this unit that I will put a card to up above, but this unit is a blast to play with. Most of my love for this is probably purely based on shutting down cavalry. The advance that they have is fun to use as you walk over points and into formation, causing them to fall down, though the pleasure that can be earned from advancing into a golden era cavalry charge is very hard to beat. With that being said, not every golden cav can be stopped with the advance, but that is the topic for another video. Subscribe to see when that comes out. Imperial Pike Guards are fairly tanky, do a solid amount of damage, and with the advance can help you turn the tide in a battle that leaves a large smile on my face. I love using this unit. Before we get into my favorite unit, let's talk about a couple of honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is the Namkhan Archers. Most of you will be familiar with why this unit is a pleasure to use. The joy of watching some warlords jump into your Namkhans planning to clear them out, only to die due to a large stack of bleed, is a sight to behold. It is up there with getting kills on warlords from bleed stacks that thought they had gotten away from you. I will also put a nod in here to Imperial Archers using their bodkin-tipped arrows in a similar way to melt a short sword that thought they would be safe charging in. Another honorable mention is Imperial Javelineers. This is pretty obvious to the people that have encountered heroic era javelin units. It is easy to fall in love with a unit that lets you instantly melt a warlord. This is even more fun when combined with stun locking the warlord in place through methods like using the dual blade ult, poleaxe ult, pushing them off a wall, grabbing them as a maul player and throwing them or walking them off a wall. Either way, this unit brings out the toxic nature of the players that use them, but I can't help but enjoy it anyway. As for my favorite unit, it is the Spear Sergeants. There's probably a nostalgic nature to this, being my favorite, as I believe it was the first heroic era unit I got. This unit is a jack of all trades that will always hold a place close to me. It can hold a front line against a strong barrage. It can deal some significant damage. Through veterancy, it can stun units while in formation, and all the while, it doesn't need as badly micromanaged due to having cover commander when you want to walk over units. It is not the best defense or the best damage, but it does both in a very respectable manner. Right now, Spear Sergeants are being overshadowed by their promoted variant, the Scimitar Stalwarts, but they still have qualities that distinguish them, and for that reason, I keep both in my barracks. I hope this video can spark up some discussion about units in Conqueror's Blade. Please comment down below what units are your favorites, even if they are not necessarily the meta of the game right now. If you're watching this on release, I am having a 1-year anniversary stream on Twitch celebrating 1 year of being an affiliate. I will be starting the stream on my Twitch channel at 4 p.m. Eastern on the 2nd of January and streaming for 12 plus hours up to a maximum of 24. There will be lots of different games and giveaways. I hope to see some of you there. With that, until next time, I'll see you on the battlefield. Oh shoot! Okay, I almost got my own units killed.